Man, this Spider-Man sequel is going to be really cool, man. I mean, I could never imagine, though, that MJ is going to be involved in the fights.
Well, whoever buys that's a fucking idiot.
Well, damn, I stand corrected. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Spider-Man. This one's going to be doing another game review. This is for the long-awaited, I know it took me a little bit longer to do this one than expected. This is my review for Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac Games. So, I finally finished this game. I finally have been caught up now on the Spider-Man Insomniac video games just before Christmas. Figured we'd get one more game review done before then, and that is for Spider-Man 2. So, got this one, a physical copy of this one as well. I got this one a little while back, and I played through it, and my god, man, this is a good game. This is a really, really good game. This game is filled with just great gameplay, great experiences, great twists, and a lot, and I mean a lot, of unexpected moments that will genuinely throw you off that it's even in this at this point. And I know and I am very aware of the fact, because of the way that they gave us that post-credit, that the third and final game will be the end. Which is very exciting, because at the end, they kind of give you a bit of a post-credit where Otto is writing down a kind of a note at the end, and you have Norman that says, "What are you writing in there?" And he says, "The final chapter." So, the final chapter will definitely be big. I'm sure it will be. We'll discuss some of my predictions of that near the end, but that was the big post-credit they give you in this game. Now, to go over the actual plot of this game and everything included, this is a little bit later in the story. We have Peter and we have Miles that obviously have jobs now. They're working in this school, and everything kind of gets interrupted where we get a massive boss fight at the beginning of this game. We have no other than Sandman that invades New York. And it is a massive thing. Like, it's for a few hours there, New York is just covered in sand. It's insane. And this fight with Sandman, when I tell you I had a tough time with this shit, I had a tough time with this. It was not the fight I was expecting to get. Compared to the first few boss fights of each other game, this one threw me off, because Sandman is one that I kind of thought if they were going to do it, they'd probably save it for the last one. Nope, they put him in this one, they put him in the opening of this one, and while I had a difficult time, it is hands down my favorite opening to a Spider-Man game. It was insane. The way you fight him off, the way you fight off some of his little cronies as well, you know what I mean? It was a really good time. And, well, in the midst of all that, we also have Kraven, who comes in. Now, Kraven is another massive antagonist in this game, and I would say he's the first half of the game in terms of the threat. He is the main villain. Because we get him, we get a Flame side story with Miles, which was really exciting, which, unlike what a lot of other people like to say about Miles, I always like Miles. I don't understand the hate that everybody has for him in these games. I hear it a lot. I don't understand it. Miles and his separate stories in this one, I think, were really good. I think they really added and contributed to a really great story. And I think overall, Miles was, he was good. He was really good. And I liked his separate plots. Obviously, they weren't as big as Peter's plots, but I thought they were really good. And Kraven in this game, I mean, he is an absolute beast. The actor kills it, for one thing. He really does. The guy is really, really menacing. And I like that you kind of keep his motives under wraps for a lot of the game. You don't really get the full download on everything he's doing yet until you get further in the game, and it kind of gets, I would say, rather tragic with him, and we'll discuss that as we go. But, MJ has a brand new look in this. She's got, like, the long hair. She's got, like, this new biker jacket, this new biker look. MJ still as awesome as she was in the first game. MJ is really good. You do get some side missions with MJ as well, where you get to play as MJ. And unlike the first game, where you have to kind of do stealth, and you have to sneak around and, you know, do all that stuff, in this game, you actually get to shoot some dudes with this gun that she has, and knock them unconscious and stuff like that, which I thought was pretty awesome. And MJ is a really, really fun character as well. I know a lot of people don't enjoy when you kind of break off and play as MJ, because you get a few of those in this game. I actually would say it's a highlight for me. There's a few missions as MJ in this one where I almost felt like the gameplay kind of reminded me a little bit of Last of Us. I don't know why. Maybe it's because some of the environments she was in and stuff. It very much reminded me of that type of, thing. And I thought that was really cool. So MJ was great. She was a great addition, great character in this one as well. As I said, Miles is a fantastic co-lead in this one. And it's cool. I mean, even looking at the cover art here, you've got two Spider-Men here. You've got Peter and you've got Miles. And I think they really make for a good duo in this one to kind of lead the game and to kind of, lead the story, you know what I mean? Because, again, Miles had his own game, and you know what I like about this second game, and it's one thing I didn't really expect. They include his mother in this, they include Haley in this, they include some of the characters that he interacted with in his own game. So this game is almost like a Spider-Man follow-up, but also a Miles Morales follow-up, which I think earns brownie points right there. The fact that you continue both stories, and it makes you feel like Miles Morales matters, you know what I mean? Because that's one thing I was worried about when I was going into this. I was like, okay, are they going to include, some of the other characters from Miles' story? I was kind of thinking they wouldn't. No, they do. A lot of his plots continue in this game, so love that. I think that's absolutely awesome. But yeah, no, great stuff there. I think overall it was a great mix-up of getting Peter missions and Miles missions. You could alternate, you could do all that stuff. As per usual, the gameplay and the way it just feels to play as Spider-Man or Miles, whatever you prefer to do. The swinging, the, gameplay, going after people, saving people, this and that, incredible. The gameplay felt so great, honestly, even more upgraded on, the second game. And I imagine the folks that played it back in the day, the PS4 transition to the PS5 transition probably felt really, really good. So, I assume for them it's probably even more insane. I played the remaster to the first one, so it wasn't as, jarring or different for me, but I did still notice some differences in the gameplay, and they were good differences. It felt like there was more put into it, more technology behind it, and I think that was really good as well. Such a fun game. Like, honestly, if I ever want to flick on a game and just play it, not even pay attention to what's going on, this is like one of those games where I would do that. Just swing around, save some folks, this and that. It's just such a fun experience, you know what I mean? And that's one thing. You could just flick this game on and play it. It's so much fun. Now, I want to talk about one of my massive standout characters in this game, and that is Martin Lee, or as we call him, Mr. Negative. I did not expect him to be involved in the way that he was. We actually start to redeem his character in this game, which I didn't think would happen. You have Kraven in this one that starts getting really intense. He manages to track down Martin Lee, and they take him, and they use him. And basically, as they take Miles captive later in the game, while they've got him there, we have basically Miles versus Martin Lee that happens. And I thought this was insane. And you actually have, through this whole thing, after everything that Martin has done to Miles, after what he did to his father, after everything the guy did, Miles found it in himself to not forgive him, because you can't forgive him for what he did, 110%. You can't forgive Martin for what he did. But he looks at it like this. I am Spider-Man now. That's what I swore to be. I'm not going to kill this guy just because I want to do that. I can, you can tell he wanted to, for sure. And it would have been justified as well, And Kraven wanted them to fight to the death, but that's not what Miles did, and I like that. He actually saved him. He actually got him out of there to tell Peter that Miles is here. He asked him to help him. And, it's funny? Martin did it. He actually did. He realized what kind of a threat Kraven was to them, and he realized what was going on. And as common courtesy for Miles sparing his life, he actually warns Peter about it, and then Peter goes in. Now, this game has one massive threat that is bigger than that's bigger than Kraven himself, and that's Venom. Venom is in this game, and I knew he was in this game. I mean, you can see him in the back of the cover art here. Like, you literally have Venom right back there. So I knew he was involved. I knew he was in the game. But the thing I didn't know is who was Venom. I didn't know who it was, and I was really curious to see who this character was going to be. Now, for a good amount of the game, you have this symbiote suit that obviously is kind of involved, and you have Harry in this one, which we heard about him a lot in the first game, but we never necessarily saw him. You know what I mean? We never saw him fully through. In this one, we have Harry. He's actually a main character in this game for a good portion of it. But then, as the game kind of goes on, it starts to get a little bit more tragic. We find out that without the suit, he is a dying man. He is not going to make it. And he's walking with a cane, and he's not doing good. and you're kind of wondering to yourself, like, okay, what's going to happen? Are they going to, let Harry die at this point? Like, what is going to happen? And he wants the suit that Spider-Man has, because he originally had it. Spider-Man had to use it. Now he wants the suit back. And when he takes the suit back, because he does take the suit back for himself, it's kind of crazy. He ends up turning into Venom, and you get one of the biggest bombshells of the game. He turns into Venom. Harry is Venom, and he goes after Peter. And I thought this was such an insane sequence. You have Harry as Venom going through these halls, killing the rest of the hunters, the rest of Kraven's people. And Kraven's squad goes down. Like, the game shifts. Like, it goes from Kraven's the enemy, the hunters are the enemy, his people are the enemy, to you're Venom now, you're killing these folks, you're going through the halls, you're doing all this stuff. By the way, the gameplay as Venom was incredible. I've heard rumors that we may be getting a Venom game. Please. Please. That would be incredible. I'm not even asking for anything too long. Just like something like the length of Miles Morales. I need to play as Venom more than just for like 20 minutes. That shit was so damn cool. And anyway, this is the wrap-up of the Hunters and the death of Kraven, which is one of the most brutal sequences I've ever seen, I've ever witnessed in a Marvel game ever. It reminded me of The Boys or Invincible or some of that other crazy out there shit that I get into. Honestly, insane. He gets him down. We find out that Kraven is dying of cancer. We get that reveal. And we find out that he actually is now grateful for this happening because he didn't want to suffer. So he gets his head ripped off by Venom, by Harry, that's inside Venom, and Kraven dies like that. Blood everywhere, rips his head clean off, and that's the end of Kraven. What a brutal sequence. I mean, what an insane change of events in just those, like, 20 minutes there. Like, revealing Harry, what he is, Venom, playing as Venom, killing Kraven, killing the Hunters, brutal death there. Like, I mean, that's insane. But then you notice that Harry kind of feels remorse for what he did when he breaks out of that, and he gets out of the suit, and he's sitting at the grave, and he's like, yeah, shit, what did I do? You know what I mean? So there is a sense of tragedy there, but obviously he needs to be stopped because he's ruining this city. And we get into the final act of the game, which was insane. Now, I mean, look, Peter was in the Venom suit for a while. It took him over. He almost, went crazy himself, but he was able to come back from it. So that's kind of the message they give you in this one, is like, Harry could come back from this too. And I was thinking he couldn't, but in the final act of the game, he takes MJ and turns her into a Venom type as well. And Peter has to fight MJ, which I thought was crazy. He has to fight her to get her out of that state. I thought that was interesting that they gave MJ a role, a massive role in the more superhero-related stuff, you know what I mean? And you actually have to fight her off to break her out of that because, Harry does that to her. So I was pretty impressed by that. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty insane. But through this whole thing, MJ, Miles, and Spider-Man, Peter, team together, and they take him down. But I was thinking they were going to kill him off. I was thinking Harry was going to die. Nope. They actually get him, to break out, but unfortunately he's in a coma. So at the moment, that's where they leave Harry's character. He is in a coma, and we don't know what's going to happen next. Now, I'm assuming he'll survive, but they say the likelihood of surviving for him is not exactly the highest thing. So I think they say that because they want us to be worried. I think he'll be fine, but at the same time, you never know. I guess you never know 100% until we see the next game. But it was insane, y'all, and it was an insane game. So many plot twists, so many turns and twists, and it just flowed, man. It was such a good game. It was such great gameplay. Peter and Miles and MJ all evolved so much from the first game. It's actually insane. And I loved the separate missions with Miles. I loved the missions with MJ. I loved everything involved. The gameplay was great. Kraven was incredible. Harry's plot, while it was tragic, it was really cool to see him, able to at least somewhat survive, Playing as Venom, the gore they gave us, Martin Lee's redemption, which we're going to have to see where that goes, because it seems like at the end of this, he's leaving. So, I don't know if maybe, which this kind of goes into a theory of mine I have. I don't know if we may see Martin Lee run into Wolverine in the Wolverine game next year. That's kind of a theory I have. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching there, but I feel like there could be something there, maybe, because he did say he's off to do something, off to see someone. So, I don't know. I feel like there could be something going on there. But I'm happy that Martin Lee survived. I mean, he's a fantastic character. So, yeah. Great stuff, man. Genuinely, through and through. This game was so good. I am going to give this masterpiece of a game right here, I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10 rating. I have to give this a 10 out of 10. There's nothing lower at this point. It's so good. Every Spider-Man game is what it is. Spider-Man 1, 10 out of 10. Miles Morales, 10 out of 10. And this one, 10 out of 10. But this one is my favorite. 100%. This game is so good. This game is so freaking good. So, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions on the Spider-Man, Insomniac games, and which one's your favorite if you've played them, and have you enjoyed my journey, kind of getting caught up on them with these reviews. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I definitely wanted to cover them on the channel because I know there's been a lot of requests for them. I've got other game reviews I got in the pipeline as well, especially for the new year. This will probably be it for game reviews for this year, but I will definitely bring one back for the new year, and we're going to be doing a lot of game reviews on the channel, because I can tell you guys enjoy these, so we're definitely going to keep these ones going. But yeah, incredible game. Incredible freaking game. I absolutely love it. So, let me know your thoughts. Post your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.